Welcome, guys. This
Welcome.
this is pressure and coal because diamonds are made from pressure and coal. Also, my name is Cole, not spelled Coal. This is Amy Bacon.
Hello.
She's one of my best friends,
Hey.
and yeah, we're here to talk about relationships, how to find people that you genuinely connect with, and what it means to be
A friend and different kinds of
yeah.
friends that you encounter as you grow up.
So stay tuned.
Let's chat.
So, how many friends do you have?
I don't know if I would count the number of friends that I have.
I have more than 5.
Many more than 5.
Yeah. I would say like in terms of my closest friends over the past like 2 years, especially being at BCIT, I've gained like a new appreciation on like what it means to be a real friend. So
What is your definition of a friend?
before it was just someone who like I feel like I would want to spend time with and didn't really take into account like how they impact my life when I'm not around them. But at BCIT, because we have like so many courses that we have to do and other things on top of that, I want to spend time with people who like have the same kind of roles. So whether that means that I actually want to be like at school and like doing work because I have friends like Amy, I'm happy to do it, you know?
Aww.
What is your definition of a friend?
My definition is similar to yours. I think there's 2 types of friends. There's many types of friends, but there's different categories, and there's like nothing wrong with being in different categories. So like one category is your friends who you go to for everything. So when you get dumped or when a catastrophic life event happens, something traumatic, there's a tier of friends that you turn to for that. And then there's also groups of friends who you go to for a Friday night hangout, a good time, a laugh, comedic relief. And I think one of the things that I learned the most in growing up is that there's nothing wrong with having 2 different groups of friends and like trying to put one group into the other. They can be separate and you don't have to. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I feel like there might be almost 3 types of friends. Some of our friends are actually walking by right
Some
now.
of our friends are walking by. They're tier 1 friends. They're really good friends.
I feel like there's like tier 1 friends who are like what Amy said, the people that you go to for everything. Tier 2 friends who are like you just trying to have fun with them. But then there's like tier like better than 1, and they're like the
Better
friends
than 1.
that you can have fun with and like you'd prefer to go out with on a regular basis. But they're also the ones that you would like reach out to when you're going through shit.
And those friends are hard to find.
Yeah.
And putting a lot of pressure on yourself to make those friends is never, like I found, has never worked. They usually come unexpectedly. When you don't expect tier 1 superior level friends, you get them. And that's just how it works. You can't force tier 2 friends to be superior level 1 friends.
And what are your thoughts on young adult significant others and like relationships, long term, long distance even?
Oh my god, that's so funny you ask. I'm well versed in long distance. I've never had a partner in the same city. Perfect.
You've never, even the other ones?
No.
Really?
Never.
So one's from another country, the other one from another country too?
No, city.
Oh, okay.
Another city. So I had a 7-hour away, and then I had a different continent away.
7 hours is still a long time.
7 hours is still a long time, but accessible by bus. Weekend visits were...
By bus?
Yeah, e-bus. I frequented
God.
the e-bus as a 17-year-old. Not sure if I would condone the e-bus. Did you ever hear about the like stabbing on the bus where they like the guy like cut off people's fingers or something? I don't know. Is
this the Greyhound one?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was scared to take those buses for like years.
Yeah, me too, but I took them anyways.
Amy's fearless.
Amy's fearless, guys. So, yeah. Definitely 2 very different relationships, so it's a little bit hard to compare them in terms of anything. One was good partially and then really bad, like traumatically bad, and then one was really amazing and then unfortunately ended. So it's hard to compare them, but I have no understanding of what a relationship would even look like or actually feel like had it been in the same city. Like, I can't imagine what it is for you to like pick up your girlfriend after work or like see each other after school or like do random errands together. Like, that's my dream.
See, I love it. Also, as a person who likes their like alone time, sometimes it can get like overwhelming. But the biggest thing I've had to learn from like past relationships is just setting boundaries early. So with my girlfriend currently, I like set boundaries like almost like day one. It's like I need alone time sometimes. And she's like very respectful about that. But I feel like coming from like long distance relationships, you had to like understand the person at like a different type of deep level. Would you say that? And like, how did you get to that point? Because
So
how do you even do that if you don't get to see them in person?
yeah, so I would go as far to say as long distance relationships are hard and challenging, but they're beneficial in so many ways that people who aren't in long distance relationships can't understand. And I would almost go even further to say that I think everybody should experience long distance in their relationships, at least for some point, because you learn to know a person in a completely different way and think about your relationship in a different way when there's physicality removed and you have to find a way to put this person into your routine, find a way to talk about things and make life interesting through a screen, which we should be grateful for anyways, because like 50 years ago that wasn't even possible. It would have been letters, so we're already privileged. It makes you think really differently and makes you appreciate the time that you do get to spend together. And of course, like, it would probably be more ideal if you had more physical time in one another's spaces, but being committed to one another solely through language and through communication is a really wonderful thing, despite the challenges. And you do it despite the challenges, which I think makes it really amazing.
So do you think there's a way to do it if you're in a long-term relationship with someone who lives near you? How can you like almost test that relationship
Oh God, I
by
don't
doing
know.
like a pseudo like long distance type thing?
Like, force yourselves to just like not see each other for 3 months.
3 months. Oh my God.
No, that's not my suggestion at all. I don't know. I think it would just have to be like maybe one of you, like, if ever there's an opportunity. I think it's not so much about forcing it. It's just like, if there's an opportunity, not saying no because you're like, oh my God, I can't go because then I have to do 3 months of long distance or something like that. I think it's more like being okay with taking on that challenge because like you are confident that your relationship could withstand it, and like opening yourselves up to like a different side of knowing each other, if that makes sense.
Do you feel like you'll always be in long distance? Like, what if the perfect
So,
person
like,
comes along and they're like here in the city?
Yeah, that would be my preference.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that long distance is like what I want. I'm just saying if it comes down to it, it's manageable depending on the people, obviously, people dependent, but it does have its benefits. And like, I think it also, if there's an end to long distance, it makes a big difference. Like, if there's an end goal where you both see a collision in a single city, the experience is a lot different. Or like you have a similar like hopes, dreams, etc., etc. It's a lot harder when you don't want the same thing. Oh my God,
It's like a rat.
it's so cute. It's a wiener dog, by the
I
way.
wonder how long we've been going. Is that
9 minutes.
Yeah, that's not bad. We got 5 more minutes, guys. Hope you're enjoying.
Edit that out. I feel like you're just asking me questions. Let me think of a question for you. How old are you? 25? 26?
26.
26. 26?
She was at my birthday in Chicago and she doesn't
Yeah,
remember.
I know. I was just like imagining you younger for some reason.
Everyone says that.
So let's talk about it. Being friends with an age gap. What do you think about life after high school and being friends and age becoming less relevant in terms of friendship? Not relationships, but friendship. Like, how do you think that your perspective has changed? Because before, when I was like 16, I'm like, I'm not going to be friends with a 12-year-old. And now some of my literal best friends ever. Oh, thanks.
What'd she say?
Cole, it said low battery on your thing, so
Oh.
it's not been recording.
It's not recording. Oh my God.
How long?
No, it's still recording. It just said no low battery. It's
It's
still
still
recording. Yeah,
recording?
it's still recording.
Oh my god.
I'm so upset.
Girl.
My
Okay,
phone's gonna die soon, so good thing we're almost done this
yeah.
episode. But
Do
in
you,
terms
do you
of,
understand my question?
yeah.
Okay.
So when I was in high school, I thought like 3 years was crazy, and like I would like say those are jits, like little children.
Yeah.
But then I graduated. I still felt that way for like probably a few years, and then I got into like more professional settings, and I felt that way even more. Where it's like I'm not gonna be friends with someone who's much younger. And then I came to BCIT, and I was like in classes with people who were in high school when I was like a year away from going to BCIT. So I thought that was interesting. It took me like a little bit to like stop seeing them as kids, and it took like conscious effort to start to understand them and like have those conversations that let me realize like they are people. And like once you get older,
They are people.
well, they're not children. Like they're adults.
They're adults.
Yeah. But once you get to a point where you're like 19, 20, like I'm 26, I think the lines get blurred in terms of like maturity. Like I still feel like a child at heart, but if I was like a more mature person, maybe I wouldn't get along with maybe the 19-year-olds as much.
Right.
So I think it's just based on who I am, and like my values is to like always have the child at heart, no matter what. Like I'm gonna be like 60 something and still wanting to like jump off a bridge or something, you know, like
For fun.
just for fun, or like ride the bull at the Yale.
Yeah, he did that.
Yeah.
Yep, he did that at 26, by the way.
So I think
agree.
like the age gap in friends is like it's really more like, do you connect on anything? Like, do you have shared values? I think the values is the biggest.
That's
thing.
what I was gonna say. Is I think that my perspective, not that I was ever like so like sure that I would never be friends with people at different ages than me, but I think it really comes down to knowing people and like enjoying their presence based on shared interests, hobbies, etc., value systems, and age is really irrelevant in all of that. And honestly, it's more fun to have people of different ages in your life because I think it offers a different perspective in like really interesting ways. Like when I talk to my sister who's only 2 years younger than me, she'll give me a totally different answer, and so will like her friends and my cousin who is the same age on a question that my friends who are my age or older would give me. And like it kind of helps me like balance, like she's got the 2 years behind, so I can still see that there's like some catching up in like development and everything going on there, but like her opinions and everything are still completely sound. But it's just the contrasting of opinions and thoughts as you grow up, very interesting. And I think it's nice to have a range.
I feel like one thing I've noticed, and this kind of like the topic of what this whole podcast is supposed to be about, which is like positive masculinity, is guys tend to age or mature a little bit slower. So for me,
for sure,
one of my friends who's like 19, he's like, he reminds me a lot when I was 19 and I was not the smartest. I did a lot of stupid things and like just made bad decisions, but he also is making a lot better decisions. And I think it's because he is surrounded by people who are a little bit older and mature and like are kind of showing him kind of a path that you can take. Whereas I did not surround myself around the right people whatsoever. Even if they were older, they were still making just as bad decisions, if not worse, than I was at 19.
Right.
So I think for me, like I'm naturally, like I was raised around like my cousins who are like girls, and like my mom was a single mom with me, so I am more comfortable on the whole when I like talk to women. But I think it's almost because I feel like guys are like super immature until they hit like maybe like 25, 26 for the most part. Even then they're still like immature guys. There's immature girls too, but I think 100%. Guys just like there's some sort of ego in our brain that just doesn't want to be let out, and we hold on to it for as long as possible, and it takes like almost trauma to like get that ego out of you.
Almost trauma.
Or trauma.
Yeah. I don't even know what to say to that.
Maybe it's a Vancouver thing.
It's a Vancouver thing.
Vancouver
I think
guys.
One of the like I don't remember what I was going to say. What I was trying to say is that even like from Vancouver to like Surrey, the culture is very different in terms of friends and like friend groups. And like I would be, not that I'm like well versed in any other anything other than Vancouver. I would be interested to like understand a bit more about how that kind of works in terms of like friendship groups. Any final thoughts?
Final thoughts are, don't be scared to drop your ego.
Don't be scared to drop your ego.
Yeah, if you're in a situation where you have the choice of like maybe harming a relationship because you want to keep your pride, or you have the chance to like save a relationship you care about, but you have to drop that pride a little bit, maybe get a little bit embarrassed or admit that you're wrong.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay to drop the ego, because in the long run you're keeping someone in your life that you care about instead of taking over ego.
Being embarrassed is really important, and I'm glad you said that. It's something that I think really deeply about, and I'm very passionate about being embarrassed over not doing something. Because if the worst thing that happens is being embarrassed, then you should always do it.
I embarrass myself every day.
Yeah, so be embarrassed.
They say you should learn something new every day. I think you should embarrass yourself every day.
Wow, that was really motivational.
Yes. Come back for more Pressure and Coal.